the milk is really soothing. And if you're like starving at night too, that's a good way to like take away that hunger, because you shouldn't eat right before bed. You should eat at least 3 hours. Well, that's my rule. It's like 3 hours before you sleep, because it just helps your body digest better when you're sleeping, or else you'll get like stomach problems and stuff when you wake up. I also sometimes do magnesium powder at night. You can get at Whole Foods or something, but we both do that sometimes. It just helps your muscles relax and have a healthier sleep. But that's something we put on the handouts for you guys, or you can ask Layla or Charity about, they can tell you. But there's some ways to help you sleep. Those are good ones.
And sleeping on your back or side is better than sleeping on your stomach. So try and do that.
It's better for posture and digestion and stuff.
Yeah.
And then our last one before we summarize is stress. So this is, I mean, my favorite topic. In college, you have a lot of anxiety and just in general and everything. School, boys, friends, life, studying. So doing things to help reduce that is really important as a part of your holistic like health diet plan. Like I was saying, the aromatherapy. I love picking oils that I really like, and using that on my wrist or on my bed throughout the day while I'm stressed. Exercise, we were talking about, is a great stress reliever. Talking and being around healthy friends and people, surrounding yourself with people that inspire you or that have really good values that you like, you feel good when you're around them, and they make you want to be a better person. That's really important, because your friends in college really, really influence you. And there was this thing called like the 5 people you surround yourself with is what creates you. So are those 5 people, do they have the traits and the personality and the value that you want to gain and that you want to be like? And if they don't, who does? And find those people. And I think the me time is really important. So creating time for yourself, whether it's like the breathing, the walking. And then you have some good tips too.
Yeah, I think, hopefully if you're eating well, you're exercising, you're getting good sleep, then you won't be feeling a lot of stress, because all those things should actually kind of remove a lot of the stress from your life. When you're healthy, you're feeling good. But sometimes things just come up, school or work or boys or whatever it is, right? Yeah.
It stresses you out.
Where you just get stressed. Exactly.
Your friends, your peer pressure from your boys.
Yeah, I mean, it can come from any form, right? And so stress can actually kind of reverse a lot of the benefits that you're seeing from eating well and from your exercise. And some people are the most on their diets ever, and they exercise every single day, and that can actually be stressful, and they'll start gaining fat, right? And they aren't like losing this fat or building this muscle like they wanted. And so it's important to be able to realize like what is causing stress and what's actually preventing you from moving forward. So
yeah, and like for me, I remember in college, there's a lot, like if you're going to be in a sorority or something, especially rush, just try to exercise a lot if you're rushing. And try to do a lot of stress relieving exercises like meditation and yoga and stuff, and being around really good people, because that's stressful. But that's an alarm probably for us.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what really helped, don't compare yourself to other people. I did that a lot in my first few years, and that causes a lot of stress eating and stuff. So comparing yourself to others, and then the ways to get your mind off of like obsessing about like OCD-ness about your weight or school or boys, especially boys give you a lot of stress, is find things that like really, like that's probably your number one cause of it, is gonna be to find things that interest you and that make you really excited to do. And they'll think that, people will start to think that you're interesting because you find things that you do that are interesting, whether it's coloring or walking or painting or hanging out with your friends, like studying, I don't know, whatever. I color for
Those adults coloring books are so cool.
They're so cool. I love them. There's new adult coloring books that are really cool. But anyways, like doing things that you find interesting, and then other people will be attracted to that energy that you put out. So, and then not comparing yourself, and then finding someone that inspires you, that's like in a healthy relationship or in a healthy, and hanging around them and asking them what they do, or getting some of their traits, and that'll help you. And don't look at the people who are like skinny and perfect in this, because I have a lot of friends who are models and actors, and they are not the happiest people. They're actually like my least happy friends, because they're always comparing themselves to others, always stressed. They look great on the outside, but they're actually like the most stressed out on the inside. So just. And
that's, you know, coming from the guy's side, right? That's actually not attractive in the long run. You know, someone could look perfect, but if they're sort of crazy, stressed out, all these things, right? You know, that's not gonna keep a guy around.
Yeah. Okay, and then I think just to summarize, like we went. I mean, I think we pretty much summarized.
Yeah. So we have some handouts. We'll give these to you guys, and we can definitely walk through them in more detail if you want, because especially mine is kind of intense, so it may be hard to read it first. But definitely let us know if you have questions.
Yeah.
And then, are there any, you know, questions right now just on everything we went over? Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'll ask it.
Julia, do you want me to ask like the most?
Julia has a serious question.
No,
Okay,
so
what if you
yeah.
eat really unhealthy and you have a really good digestive system? Like you eat and you go to the bathroom, and then like I do eat healthy, like
I know people like that. That's a good question.
It's so true.
I think that for you, like, what's like a sample of like your lunch and
a corn dog and
breakfast?
mashed
Like, what's an example of your lunch or something?
Like In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
No, and then look at me.
So I have a couple of friends who do that. Tom does. And they look amazing, like beautiful, and then but they have really bad. Now they have bad acid reflux and problems.
Yeah, I think I already have it.
Like parasites and stuff. So just make sure you're probably fine, because it's like you're probably going. Yeah, you're probably fine. But just in that case, I would just add good supplements. So for you, I would do like a really good fish oil or flaxseed oil. I mean, you don't want to, if you can, like, what's an example of something that makes you sick that's healthy?
Like, acai.
Okay, that makes me sick. That makes sense.
Oh,
it has a lot of sugar, so that's a healthy food. That's a myth food, like the kombucha and stuff.
Yeah, I would never eat that stuff.
That's all sugar. Like same with smoothies. A lot of smoothies make me nauseous because they have too many ingredients in them. But try like a salad. Add that to your like Chick-fil-A, or take away the bread if you can for one of the times. And just try, like, you can have that in moderation if that's like what makes you feel better. But I would definitely add the supplements to get your grains and your oils if you're not getting that in your diet, because that's gonna keep you healthy in the long run. And I would add like just really simple whole foods with no dressing, no sauces, and no don't mix a lot of things together. And I would look up for you like food combining that might help you with the things, because if you eat like a protein and a fat and then a carb, that will give you digestive problems sometimes. So maybe trying to add like a salad with just like the chicken at the Chick-fil-A or something instead of like a burger.
Probably in the long run it won't be the best to stay on that kind of diet.
For your kids and stuff, like you won't,
There's always exceptions, right? But it's rare.
Add like a good green supplement and a good omega that can give you those two nutrients. And try to add like a very plain
I think you're a great breakfast, so I'm not responsible for that.
The breakfast is good.
Yeah, oh no, maybe she has a good breakfast. She always has good breakfast. She goes downhill when she leaves my house.
Just in the long run, it might, but you might just be really lucky. And but
I'm so jealous.
Really? Did you have a question?
Yeah. So like I'm sure I know a lot of other people
like we do a lot of really intense like sporting and exercises now.
Hungry.
Like, well, yeah, but like going into college, I'm like, I know I'm not gonna be able to keep up the same like intensity and amount of exercise. Like,
Oh yeah.
like how does that affect? Is that like, cause you just said like go out like your half-hour exercise 3 times a week.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, if I'm getting like 5 hours a day of exercise now, like.
Okay, so I was on the rowing team my first year, and I was working out like 6-hour days.
Okay.
And then I was eating a lot of calories to maintain that. I could eat whatever I wanted. Then I stopped my second year, and guess what? I kept eating that same amount, and I exercised like an hour a day. And so I was like, oh my, because I naturally just like running and yoga, and that's it. And so I was like, oh my God, I gained all this weight. I didn't know what to do. So guess what happened? I had to cut down a lot of the eating, and that was the only thing that helped. And honestly, that's when I had to cut out all the cookies and the carbs and all those things and find more of a balance. So you definitely have to watch what you eat when you cut out the exercise. That's like gonna save your life.
Okay, good to know.
Remember that. And
You
email
need to
me.
match the input and output,
Yeah.
right? So whatever that is.
Okay.
Too much.
Like
Just go
switching
to
seasons in sports, and it's getting to my hot season, so.
Yeah. Just be healthy.
Got a
Spring season and a hot season.
That's true, because like right now I'm like a soccer game.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Just soccer.
Anyone else? Question?
Back.
Going once?
Yeah?
So you said that you should like. I think I need about 8 hours of sleep a day.
Yeah.
And I just get home at about 5:30, and I wake up the next morning at 5:30.
Okay.
When I get home, my eyes really hurt from the pool. So
Yeah.
I never sleep consistently 8
Okay.
hours. I always like to take a 3-hour nap and then like
Yeah.
4.5 hours of sleep. Is that the same thing and not at all?
You said you do a 3-hour nap when you get home?
Yeah.
So, like, you know,
That's what my dad does. We really like to get along great.
it does work for some people, right? There's something called polyphasic sleep cycles, and it's basically the premise that there's 4 6-hour sections in a day that your body actually goes through these cycles. And so I don't want to get too much into it because I would probably just recommend in general everyone try and get as much sleep at night as you can. But if it's working for you and you feel good, then I would stick with it. But if you're kind of seeing some problems, then you may just try and figure out how you can kind of change your habits where you don't sleep earlier so you'll be tired later.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe around eating or when you exercise or some things like that. Yeah.
It was like, what is it in Spain? Like they always nap
Siesta.
at like 2.
Yeah.
And that's like your normal cycle, right? Because you're supposed to be, which my dad follows perfectly.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I'm
worth it to be ultimate.
yeah, if you can nap in college, it's a great way because
Amazing.
you'll get your body some rest. Try not to nap. I mean, more than an hour if you can, because then it'll mess up your sleep at night. So 30 minutes, an hour nap is like awesome if you can. But I think, are you in water polo or swimming? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Are you in water polo or swimming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. You'll get, I mean, that's why I sleep so much now, because I didn't get any sleep back then. But are you going to play in college?
Maybe. We don't know
Maybe.
yet.
I think in college, try to nap like an hour if you can, and then put an alarm on and make it after an hour, and then force yourself to stay up, and then that'll help you sleep at night better and longer. The alarm for an hour, you know.
A lot of professional athletes are big nappers.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'll figure that out, and I think especially if you do play in college, you'll have
They'll
some
give
people
you
on your
tips,
team.
and they'll have like athletic instructors and nutritionists that will like help you. Tell them that too, so they'll keep you on track. But even now, if you want, just put your alarm for an hour and then see if it helps you sleep longer at night.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
You can ask Fariba or Layla. They have our emails if you are shy or want to just email it to us. That's totally fine. And
Yeah, so we have the handouts here.
oh yeah.
Again, feel free to ask any questions on those. We sort of have Athena's version and my version.
And then Fariba printed out the nutrients for your Greek food, which you can do at any health food restaurant or cafe you go. If you don't want to go. So she went through that.
They've done a very thorough job of a step-by-step diet and exercise. You can calculate your calories, your body weight, the grams of fat, and everything. It's a really thorough handout, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.